All right, guys, welcome back. This episode, I want to talk to you about how to behave when you're dealing with the banks. They're going to send you inspectors, appraisers. They're going to have insurance companies come out. Their own on-site team that has seen hundreds of thousands of buildings. They're very familiar with this process. So when they're sending someone, make sure that the competent person that you're sending on your behalf, and I recommend that it's owners only, because as an owner, you're going to get that extra passion. Do you know what apartments we're seeing or no? The vent with the medicine cabinet that lights up. I don't know if it matters.
And that's the...
That's fresh air in the whole building.
Whole building? Okay.
I mean, time out. Extremely expensive system.
Okay.
No. This is
Eastern Side Beats.
stucco, but in the front, I have brick. And I have 2 layers of panels, as you saw. The fluted and the vinyl. Yes. Clean. You see that, right? All my viewers, take care of your buildings. Parachute, Verizon, ERV, garbage, clean. Everything clean, clean. These bricks, first of all, 2-tone, so it looks hot. Second of all, mixed with a concrete mix. Therefore, it's water repellent. You want to be able to make sure that your water does not come inside the building, inside the joints. Tomorrow rots, you have water problems. These things can be avoided. Yes, I spent a little bit of money. There was a reason for it, but the inspector and appraiser were like, oh my God, we recognize why you did that. Number 2, we showed them the gate, we showed them why, we showed them that it's locked. There's a reason why it's locked. I don't want people going in, putting garbage in or out. I have these bins coming out 3 times a week and they're coming in. Even though that the building is below the 9-unit threshold and I don't need to do this, I took an additional step because I don't want rats or roaches. This guy is looking at this inspection is like, yo, he's taking the extra step here. We didn't even go inside the building. This guy took an additional 3 steps. I can only imagine what these apartments look like. And we did the inspection. He saw that everything was super squeaky clean. But originally when we put the building in, we had a really cheap intercom. And what I didn't like about it is that you couldn't see the quality, number 1. Number 2, it was hardwired, meaning there was no app accessible. So we spent about $3,500 just on this Aquavox, plus an additional $1,000 per apartment, an additional 10. So we spent about $14,000 with the installation and everything to get Aquavox. What's the thing here is that it actually has a very nice camera system. It's clear quality, and I think that's important as a father or a husband. I want to make sure that my wife and kids are clean and protected. Tomorrow there's a package guy or whatever and you can't really see, you get distorted, rain, snow. I wanted it to be as clear as possible, protected under the roof to make sure that it doesn't get wet and distorted, number 1. Number 2, the best thing about this Aquavox that sold me was that I was able to get these integrated with the mobile phone. So I have an app on this, so anytime somebody rings, the tenant can access it if they're not home or they're in a different location of the home, they don't want to get up and walk to the intercom. Another thing is we have cameras locked in and the inspector right away wanted to see that if we have cameras. The curb cut was nice and clean and we always make sure that we blow and sweep the floor. These small details are what brings the value up. I'm not talking about $100,000 of upgrades. We're talking about $10,000 to $20,000 of upgrades, which the appraiser and the inspector both were like, wow, there's a lot of value here. This is what we need to look at. They saw me as a developer owner, manager, and I'm someone that cares about the building. He saw that I went through the mail, making sure that whatever was pertaining to the building, sorted, taken to take care of it. He saw that the tenants' apartments were super clean. That's what I wanted him to see. If you do things the right way, you will collect, not rent. You will collect value, which in this instance translates to rent. However, the way you develop, the way you treat your construction workers, the way you treat your suppliers, vendors, fabricators, manufacturers, that value doesn't always translate to rent. That value translates to efficiency. So what I'm telling you in this episode is yes, I want to be efficient. Yes, I want to make sure the building is clean and I want to collect rent. That's secondary. I want to create the value. And whenever the value is there, the remaining items will follow the value. By the way, those are the buildings that I built as well, right around the corner. We're dealing with Arbor. That's this week's episode. I'm going to tell you more about the bank, how we got the refinance, what are the terms. I think we got 6.28. We did a rate buy down. a 5-year term with a 5-year option to extend. We did a 3-2-1-1-1 prepayment penalty. We want to make sure that the building is stabilized at 80% minimum before there is cash management and triggers, which is a little bit more in depth. We're going to get to in later episodes. We also maxed out the value at 65%. I don't like to have too much debt. Another cool thing is we waited for treasuries to drop. We have our certificate of eligibility. We're able to prove that this entire building, we pay $1,000 annual taxes. So the certificate of eligibility registered in the Department of Finance. You could do block and lot, type it in and check it. We also have our certificate of occupancy. The building is in full conforming use and it's sexy. Guys, it doesn't matter if you're a developer or contractor or if you're painting. Whatever you do, I want you to do it full maximum capacity. Be 100% passionate, be in the moment, make sure you lock in, give it your all every day. You don't know when's your last day, so you want to give it 100%. Make sure that when you go to bed, you say to yourself that if I had to relive this day, I could not do a better job. Let's go.